Learning to communicate effectively when you are not confident. Hi, guys. Welcome back to day one of our agency communications training. My name is Deepak Shukla, founder here at the Pearl Lemon Group. And we're here to talk about the power and art of communicating effectively, even when you're not confident. But before we get into it, feel free to click the link below to get access to the additional 7 strategies that are not shared in this training. Now, when it comes to effective communication, and please do, if you're watching this potentially on YouTube, subscribe, comment, and like. We'd love your support. Then a lot of it is ultimately about practice. And there's a couple of practical ways that you can learn to communicate effectively when you're not confident. So, number one, use a mirror. Okay. So, it could be a mirror or a camera, but I would absolutely advocate literally looking into a mirror and practicing giving a presentation. Okay. So you will see your own facial expressions, you will see the way that you behave, and you'll be able to notice a lot of things in real time. Okay. The second element of that, when we come to the video section, is record it. Okay. Record it for review. And I'm talking a 30-second video. Okay, opening up your camera and pretending that you're in the meeting. Okay, and that then relates to kind of situational training, so which is another form of role play. Okay, but role play with a bit more, let's say, realism, if you will, because you've got the camera on. But situational training and role play, so you've got the mirror for practice, you can record if you're using video. Situational training plus role play, and then of course number 4 is you review. So this process is something that can really improve many elements of your communication, especially when confidence is an issue. You'll identify a lot of other things when it comes to this quartet, these 4 things. And I'd absolutely recommend doing this. Now, number 5, and it really is an outpouring outcome of the first 4, is practice. Okay, and there's I'm going to talk about, so there's nothing that gets or comes before practice. You have to practice, and you have to practice intentionally by focusing on those elements where you're weak. Okay, because if you're not focusing on those elements where you're weak, you're not really practicing. You're just doing mind-numbing reps with no focus upon improving the quality of the repetition. So you just turn the brain off and you repeat, which isn't learning, which is why people often get bored, because they're not progressing within what they're doing. So outside of these 5 steps, mirror, record, situational training / role play, review, practice, number 6, or potentially number 0, is, and it comes to the intentional practice part, when you're not confident, practice a couple of things. Okay, smile before you start, because smiling is a good way to trick the body into feigning confidence. So that's the whole fake it until you make it, and smiling just before you start helps. And then practicing projecting your voice. Projecting your voice instead of okay guys, so I want to talk about that often equates and connotes with confidence, which is how people will receive and describe it. And you can, again, if a lot of these things find or feel scary to you, do it with your family. Okay, do it with your friends, do it in an environment to begin with where you feel more comfortable, but you have to go into that stretch zone. But smiling before you start is definitely going to be helpful to you, for sure. And then also you want to practice projecting. So we've got projecting, which is number 6. Okay, then we've got 7, let's say, smiling. So we've got 7 steps now for communicating effectively when you're not confident. And then number number 8 is do it all over again. Okay, so these are some of the practical steps that you can do to communicate when you're not confident. What you'll find in the guides and the information that I communicate, it's all about the practical implementation of a lot of these things. So what happens when you project your voice and you smile? A lot of people will just assume that you look confident and treat you with confidence, and you'll begin to feel more confident, and therefore confidence is what you project and confidence is what you become. And by mirroring, recording, situational training / role play, through review of all of that's happening to improve in real time, the practice of it. Bro, 6, I can't remember what that was. 7 is smile. 6 is project. That's it. Projecting your voice. 6 is projecting your voice. 7 is smile. And 8 is do it all over again. Follow this loop around and you will absolutely learn to communicate effectively even when you're not confident. Of course, there's more to it, but follow this 8-step guide and you will be well on your way to becoming a more effective communicator in spite of lacking confidence. And you might find along the way that confidence is what you become.